So, what was it that you wanted to accomplish?
Yeah, what was it I wanted to accomplish? I wanted I wanted to never ever relapse on alcohol or cocaine or any drugs, including cigarettes again. I wanted to be free of all addictions. And then when I'm answering the question, I'm saying that's what I wanted to accomplish back then, early recovery. When I'm taken through this big book, and now I've been taken through the steps or guided through it, and now, like, it was constantly impressed upon me that I have to do this during my spare time, help other people that are suffering like I am right now, like, and do this for the rest of my life if I wanted the highest odds of never ever smoking crack again, never ever drinking alcohol again, never ever smoking a cigarette again, right? And this is important because when I came out of treatment, and the story that's told, it took, I don't even know, more than a year trying to find people. Eventually I gave up. Well, when I got out of treatment, I decided not to smoke cigarettes either. Like, I went into treatment and detoxed off a 4-pack a habit day. In fact, I thought I was just going to treatment to get rid of my cigarette addiction. That's really what I was there for. And since there was no addiction treatment center in all of Canada, sorry, that I could find other than in Ottawa that you had to pay for just for cigarettes, I had to, the best thing I could do is go to this alcohol one and just make them think that I'm an alcoholic. Turns out that I found out that I actually was. But the truth is, I just wanted to be free of this cigarette addiction and this marijuana addiction and this coffee addiction of like 25 cups a day and all of that. That's what I wanted to be free of. So I go into treatment. I stopped drinking coffee. I stopped smoking cigarettes because they go together. And I stop alcohol, cocaine, crack, all of that, right? So my head gets clear, then I come out, and then I'm told for the big book that if I want permanent recovery and I never want to relapse again, right? So bottom line is I got out of treatment, Sabina, and I wasn't smoking cigarettes for a long, long time. I was even, yeah, I wasn't smoking cigarettes for a long, long time. And eventually, at some point, don't know when, I relapsed in the addiction that I went there for, right? But which was cigarettes. So I went back to cigarettes and coffee. Great thing is I didn't go back to those more devastating addictions of alcohol and crack cocaine because I at least still kept going to meetings, at least once a week or whatever, still making sure that after I gave up thinking anyone would want me to help them, I still made sure, okay, well, I won't go to meetings every day now. I got to focus on my business and go back to the gym. And I had a gym membership, acting like things were normal. And I ended up relapsing while I had a gym membership, and I would be smoking and then going to the gym. It was ridiculous, right? And then that black man entered my life. So the point about that is, what was I trying to achieve? Like, read the question again.
What was it you wanted to accomplish?
Yeah, I just said it. I
Mm.
initially wanted to get free of that cigarette addiction, the marijuana addiction, and the coffee addiction. And I went into a treatment center to do it, went through the 12 steps and all the other addictions. But those ones I wasn't doing when I went into treatment. Like, I hadn't drank for about a month, hadn't had any cocaine for about a month. But, chances are I was going to do it again because I just kept getting a month clean, maybe, right? Like, it was like, okay, right? I got to deal with this now. I can't just smoke marijuana and cigarettes and coffee and, pizza and, really, you know, if it wasn't for the cigarettes, I would have been really, really even more overweight. I wanted to be free of all addictions. And the one that was present was the cigarettes. Next question. I wanted to be free of all addictions. And I knew that what I wanted to achieve was I wanted some of that. What I really wanted to achieve was knowing what I knew, I wanted someone to say yes to allowing me to take them through the recovery program that someone took me through, so I would have the highest probability of staying in the conversation of recovery and actually doing the work, and helping another person would give me the highest immunity from a relapse. And I wanted to be free and not never relapse in any of my addictions again. And clearly I tried to find people, but despite that, I never, at some point, enough time went by, and I had a cigarette again. I don't even know how it happened. And as soon as I had that cigarette, in 1 year recovery or whatever, relapsed again on the thing I went to treatment for, I was up to 3 packs a day within 3 days. I went from no cigarettes for almost a year to 3 packs of cigarettes, back to the coffee addiction. And I just, went back at it again to the meetings and got lucky because this guy said I could help him. And so I was a smoker then, and you could smoke in the restaurants at that time. And this was the beginning of my real recovery out of all my addictions.
Hmm.